Do you like wrestling? Do you ever watch wrestling?
No. Nope.
And The Rock said, whoa, whoa, whoa,
What's
whoa, whoa.
up, gang? Welcome to Watch Wrestling with Mike Wellman, the podcast that breaks down the biggest stories in and out of the ring. I am your host. My name is Mike Wellman. Welcome to the show, folks. Episode 85. I'm Ron Burgundy. I think it's 85 of this wrestling podcast. Thanks for hitting that play button. Like I said, this is episode 85 of Watch Wrestling with Mike Wellman. And on this episode, we are going to recap AEW All In, WWE Bash in Berlin, NXT No Mercy, N64 No Mercy, and we might talk about some other stuff. And joining me on this episode is the voice of the people, the voice in the ether, the notorious Wrestling Fan Kris. What's up, Chris?
What's up, Mike? Good to be here, as always.
I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you're still a voice.
I need to do something.
I think at a certain point you'll turn into a set of hands writing with Sharpies on a stream.
So go to my Twitch stream, yeah.
Yeah, we should do that, and that's how people will figure out who you are.
Then I'll abduct a therapist.
You know, I think that part we can probably skip.
Okay, good. Fair.
You know?
Fair.
We never did find out what happened to that therapist or that psychologist. Bo Dallas, you better tell us. Adam Pearce, you're not interested in finding out? I mean, you just rehired this whole crew. We all watched it.
The people who run Twitch, can you call the police or something, please?
I know,
it's got to
right?
be into standards.
Yeah, doesn't this go against the Twitch terms? Kidnapping? I mean, you'd think maybe on Kick that could be done, but not Twitch.
Nice.
But yes, we got a lot to get to, folks. We're going to talk about All In. Bryan Danielson is the world champion. You can rest easy, folks. You can lay your head down on your pillow at night knowing everything is right in the world. That belt just looks so good on him, doesn't it? AEW title over his shoulder.
Yeah, it does fit him well.
So yes, we're going to talk about that. MJF, Will Ospreay. We're just going to share our thoughts on some of the matches from All In. Then we'll get to Berlin and talk about some of the matches from Berlin. Gunther retaining the World Championship against Randy Orton. Cody Rhodes still friends, spoiler, with Kevin Owens. Although, I don't know. On the fence there, Kevin Owens. I don't know. Maybe. A lot of slow burning going on in WWE. We're also going to talk about NXT. Joe Hendry. Say his name. He will appear in an NXT main event. We also had the debut of Julia in NXT. I think Roxanne Perez can say goodbye to that NXT championship. But
Yes.
we're going to talk about all that. And on the post show, folks, times they are a-changin'. WWE gearing up to make the switch to Netflix for Raw, the CW for NXT. SmackDown's going to be on USA. I don't know where Livewire's going.
That should be on Netflix.
Livewire, every Saturday morning on Netflix. No.
That doesn't really sound right. You're right.
No. I don't know what Todd Pettingale's up to these days, but...
Bring him back.
But yes, on the post show, we're going to talk about WWE's upcoming TV deals, making the switch. Every show in WWE is going to be on a new network coming within the next few weeks at this point. Also, we are patiently awaiting any day now an announcement from AEW. Maybe even by the time you're listening to this, it has already happened. There's obviously a big deal coming down the pipe from AEW with Warner Brothers Discovery. Tony Khan was wearing a Max hat, right?
Yes.
On a media scrum. So, I mean, that we'll talk about it more on the post show, but Tony Khan wearing that hat, seemed a little desperate to me. It looked a little desperate. You know?
If there's one thing you can say about Tony Khan, it's desperate. Sorry, Tony.
Well, that's that. You can call him that. There's you can't call him the M word, but you can call him desperate. I'll allow it.
Yes.
But yeah, so all kinds. We're going to talk about both WWE and AEW's upcoming TV deals and what changes we might see on the product, on the post show, on Patreon. So check us out there. Patreon.com/Watch Wrestling. And before we go any farther, that's right. We need you to be kind, like, subscribe, and share. Watch Wrestling with Mike Wellman. You already know what it is. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, Livewire, wherever you watch Livewire. You can find the podcast that breaks down the biggest stories in and out of the ring, the best wrestling podcast around. YouTube. You can find us on social media. At W Wrestling Pod on Twitter. At Watch Wrestling Podcast on Instagram. And we look forward to having zero problems, big fella. Right, Chris?
Correct.
Yes. All right, Chris, before we talk about these matches from the plethora of premium live paid-per-view events that have taken place over the past few weeks, we have to talk about a legend in the wrestling business who passed away. And, of course, I'm talking about Sycho Sid.
Yes. Legend.
So, we lost Sid Udy this past week. Sycho Sid, rest in peace. And we just wanted to take a moment to talk about our favorite Sid moments because Sid was a legend. And, not many people can say they won the WWE Championship from both Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, right?
Yeah. Yep. Let's just talk about his fireworks. His
Pyro.
in the ring, the pyro, the Sid pyro that he would go into the ring with, that would just step behind him. That was it. Oh my God.
And not many words you can write in pyro, but Sid written in pyro was pretty cool.
Absolutely. Looked like a badass. It carried himself like a badass. It was so great.
Sid was 6'9", big dude.
Yeah.
And I liked he would come out and he would, like, even though he was a heel, he was always a babyface with the crowd.
Guy has charisma, right?
Cough, cough, 92 Royal Rumble.
Oh man, I didn't even catch the early Sid stuff until I was way older. But I'm living through 96, 97 Sid. That was my time.
Survivor
I didn't know
Series.
I didn't know he had that aura.
Just taking out Jose Lothario with the camera, and the crowd's like, yeah! Like, what?
Just yelling at people. Oh my God.
Sid was the man.
Could do 3 moves. It didn't matter.
Yeah. He would come out, he would give dap to the crowd. And it would be like up in the stands because he was so freaking tall. He'd be like giving dap to people that were like up in the bleachers, like 8 rows up.
Yep, and he just talking to himself, yelling, spitting.
Oh, yeah. Sid, like, just murmuring under his breath, like, fucking these motherfuckers. It was great. When I was younger, I had a hard time understanding the appeal of Sid. But looking back, he was a badass.
For a while, too, like after the 96, 97 stuff, I got so sick of Sid, especially the WCW. I mean, that wasn't his fault, but late years WCW. And then I'm just like, then I started trying to be cool, being like, Sid sucks. I never liked him. And then that was just me lying. Then you go back a little older, you realize that man has it. Something. What is it? I don't know, but he has it.
For sure. He has everything we want in a pro wrestler, essentially. Right?
Yep.
Everything you need.
And then he also has those flubs like, we're live, pal. When he's trying to run it back and they're live. I mean,
so there was the Jim Ross. Sid's like, no, start that again. And Jim Ross is like, we're live, pal. The literal famous phrase, we're live, pal, came from Sid doing a flub up while they were live. There was also the Sid coming out like on the Nitro stage and he's like, I'm half, you are twice as smart as I am, or something. And he was like, I'm half as smart. He said it wrong. And it was like, I'm twice as stupid as you are, or something.
That was amazing. How he was also on the stage when the Shockmaster debuted. I mean, come on, he's everywhere.
And Sid had the moment. Who was it? Goldberg who got his car crushed.
Yep.
He's like, why me?
Yeah.
Just going way too hard about what was likely a rental car.
I mean, God, this wasn't a great moment, but I also did see live when he jumped off the rope and broke his leg, and that was horrifying. But
yikes!
So many moments with Sid.
But yeah, Sid was the man. Just going back and forth. Like I remember as a kid not being able to keep track of like where Sid was because nobody could.
Yeah.
Sid liked to play softball. You know.
He didn't like to make dates. He didn't have to go on planes ever. He never once was forced to go on a plane his entire life.
He did not. He was never contractually obligated to go on a plane or a train or an automobile or to your event.
Imagine you go to like a softball field. You're like 4 beers in, all you and your friends. You're just old guys, and there's like the 6'9" juice guy trying to play softball with you. Like, oh my God.
These guys had an event one time that was like Sid was on the poster. And he didn't make the event, and it was he blamed Trump's Muslim ban.
Hey,
this is supposed to be a tribute to Sid. Okay, Sid was the man. All right, when he was there,
the master and the ruler of the world. I mean, I believed it. And also the Millennium Man.
Yeah, the Millennium Man. He was the master of the universe and the ruler of the world. For some reason, also the Millennium Man. But yeah, rest in peace, Sycho Sid. Just had to talk about Sid, right?
I'm glad we did.
Hopefully we'll get to talk about Sid some more in the future. At some point. But yes, let us now talk about AEW All In. Folks, it's been a few weeks. AEW didn't initially release the attendance numbers. Last year, there was that whole back and forth online discussion about the attendance. Was it the most attended event ever? Seemed like they sold the most tickets ever, but then a few thousand of those people didn't show up, so they were slightly under maybe the all-time attendance, but 80,000 people last year, you know, that's a lot of people. This year, I think the number came in just under 50, and that was maybe why they didn't want to announce it, because it was kind of like under 50, you know?
Still a lot of people, but nothing to brag about in a stadium.
Yeah, I mean, it's Wembley Stadium. It's pretty big place.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no real glass on this episode, but we did have a WWE speed coffin match, apparently, on this one. Man, I was like, this coffin match, it was over before I knew it. And I know they were kind of like, there was like some timing stuff going on, but Darby Allin got put in a coffin by Jack Perry. Jack Perry's still undefeated in coffin matches.
I mean, I remember us talking about this beforehand and thinking like, this is going to be a wild, crazy match. Darby Allin's going to not survive. And then he's just like, actually, just put me in the thing, kid.
Yeah, it's like, actually, just put me in that coffin.
Whoa.
What's going on outside your house?
That was
today.
Who knows?
Are you at like an auto show or something?
Sound? What the heck? No, we're good. People in the Big E, you know, it's getting close. They're driving around.
It's not good. So, let's see. I do like this group, the Sons of Texas, Dustin Rhodes, Sammy Guevara, and the Von Erichs. Kevin Von Erich was out there at All In.
Big news.
Kevin was there.
I actually like that too. That's pretty nice. I like that. I like a little nostalgic group where it's like, hey, we're all like sons of these superstars. Well, not Sammy Guevara, but still, I like it.
He's still from Texas.
Yeah, he's from Texas. Works for me. A lot better than the Learning Tree.
This is where we had Sammy and Brian Cage both dressed as Wolverine on opposite teams.
Yeah, I love that.
So, one thing I predicted happened at All In. And one thing I didn't predict that I thought was cool happened, and I've been listening to this ever since because of it, right? This, when Hook came out at All In, they played the Taz, like, heartbeat, like, intro, the doom doom, doom doom, burp, doom doom, burp, doom doom, burp, burp, da. Except it switched over to Action Bronson. But Hook comes out, with the old Taz intro, and Taz was out there for this match. And then who got a Taz mission? Oh, Brian Keith ended up in the Taz mission, which I was surprised. I said on the show, I said, we're not going to see Taz get physical because he's Teflon Taz. You can't touch him. But
I was shocked. Yeah.
for his son, he'll do it.
Yeah, if he snap his neck, it's fine. It's for his son.
Probably be more like a shoulder or a knee.
Well, I mean, I know he just come up from behind him and did the Taz mission. It wasn't like he was taking like head and arm suplexes.
So
I like it.
Hook is, FTW champion once again. I don't know where they're going to go with Jericho, but hopefully Hook can go his own way.
Yeah, just start beating people up. That's all we want. Thanks, Hook.
This was a crazy match on the pre-show. I don't want to spend too much time on it. I just want to name who was in this match. It was a 16-man tag match. On one side, you had Jay Lethal, Satnam Singh, I don't even remember this dude's name, Arya Daivari, Silver and Reynolds, and Private Party. This is like 2 Survivor Series teams worth of people.
Yeah.
And on the other side, you have Tommy Billington, who is #All Elite.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that the Dynamite Kid went in a time machine.
I know.
And went into the future. Kip Sabian. Remember him? He's on the roster.
Unbelievable. I can't believe he's on the roster.
Rocky Romero. Kyle Fletcher. Action Andretti. So the extended top flight. Dante, Darius, and Leo Rush. Then we got a little face-off. Leo Rush and Satnam Singh. I loved Leo Rush just going off the ropes and then just like stopping before he got to Satnam and then going off another rope. Like Leo Rush is so impressive. There's a video of him. I don't know if it was in this match or just a different AEW match. And he's going at super speed. Just by himself.
Oh, yeah.
He like runs outside of the ring, runs into the ring. I think Leo Rush is maybe him and Darby, probably Leo, are the fastest guys in wrestling.
Yeah, Leo knows how to use it too. He's so good at like utilizing that.
I don't even want to talk about the match. There was just so many people in that match.
That's fine, yeah.
So then we had another match with a lot of
Sorry.
people in it. Was this London ladder match where, Christian and the patriarchy, we did not get Mother Wayne in the match. Well, I know actually we did get Mother Wayne in the match, but she was not an official participant. So Killswitch was in this match. I'm getting confused. Killswitch was in the match, representing the patriarchy. Bang Bang Gang. This was actually a pretty fun ladder match, I thought. And we ended up with... Oh, and the House of Black. House of Black comes out, and all 3 of them were wearing these awesome gauntlets. So Brody King is got like this giant like gargoyle gauntlet on its arm. And then Malachi's is more of like a it's like less of a giant monster gauntlet, but it's like this creepy evil gauntlet. And then Buddy Matthews is wearing just like almost like a Lord of the Rings, like a soldier's gauntlet.
Yeah.
So it kind of like they each had their own cool gauntlet. Nobody talked about this at all, but I thought it was cool.
No. Yeah.
Especially go back and check out that Brody King like Hulk fist that he was wearing. They should develop a whole backstory for that.
Yeah. The House of Black is definitely cool. I just wish they mattered more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. They're definitely cool. They have some of the coolest gear.
And all 3 of them are good
looking
wrestlers.
Yeah, and they're great. So Pac and Claudio and Wheeler. So we kind of figured out why these 3 are together, but still not really. So the Pac Combat Club actually won the match.
Yep.
So we got Pac. They decided, like, look, Pac, the Lucha Brothers may be going to WWE, but you're still in a trio, buddy. We're just going to find somebody else.
Yeah, how dare you think otherwise?
Which is not really true because we're getting Pac at All In or All Out against Ospreay. But Pac, Claudio, and Wheeler. Pac and Wheeler had like a double tope in this match, and I thought was cool. And they won. Now they're the champs.
I like Pac with them. I think it's cool.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like what we saw from Moxley on Dynamite coming out by himself, and then with Marina Shafir, maybe Moxley is kind of breaking away from the Blackpool, straight out of Blackpool.
I think so. It looks like which is fine.
So then this match, Tag Team Championship match, FTR, Young Bucks, and the Acclaimed. Young Bucks retained in this one.
I'm surprised.
I'm surprised too.
I was really looking for the Acclaimed here. They've been cutting like more intense promos. They really missed their time though. The Acclaim was hot the last time they won the titles. They were that top, and they just kind of like got stopped, and they've been working their way up. And I think they've done a great job. So I was hoping they would like get that crowning achievement, but we'll see. Maybe one day.
I mean, you could, even if you say the Acclaimed weren't in a position where they were like their hottest, well, what about the Young Bucks?
Oh, great point.
And they won. Like, I get that whatever, something's going to happen with somebody. They're going to lose these belts eventually, but, Young Bucks as heels. This is not their best run, I think.
I know. I've been waiting for it too. Like this is the characters they are like born to play, or at least closest to their indie characters, I would assume. And it's just not clicking.
So this was a good match. This Casino Gauntlet. A lot of people in this one. Guess who came back in this match? Nigel. I knew, what I knew this was going to happen? Nigel was on the pre-show of All In, and he was obviously running down Bryan Danielson backstage. He was just so into it. He was like super amped up, Nigel. And I was like, oh, he's too excited. Like, he's coming out something. He was just like literally like he was like saying he hoped Bryan lost, but he just had this like glimmer in his eye. He was like smiling into the camera. I was like, he's too happy. He's coming out at some point tonight.
I mean, you did say it was to be Bryan Danielson versus Nigel next up, and then Nigel comes out in the match. I was like, well, this guy's crazy. He really does have the pen.
Oh, we're getting Nigel and Bryan. Don't worry about that for sure. So, another person who debuted in AEW in the Casino Gauntlet. This is some dude. What's his name? Oh, Ricochet. Ricochet debuting in AEW in the Gauntlet match. He didn't win though.
I know.
This 1 minute from Ricochet when he first got into that match, probably the best 1 minute of wrestling you'll ever see from like one person. Like, it was just one man just bumping and jumping and flipping all over the place for like a minute. And it's like, oh, yeah, this is why Ricochet is the best.
I know. I really want... man. Winning that would have been crazy for Ricochet. That would have been very good.
Well, they are already pairing up Ricochet with Will Ospreay. So Will Ospreay came out to help him on Dynamite. And I just got to talk about this. This Poison Rana from Pac to Will Ospreay on Dynamite after this. Did you see this? Insanity.
I did.
Just Will Ospreay doing a backflip onto his own head. That's all this was.
Oh, God.
But he was saving Ricochet is why I'm talking about it, because,
Because they're going to eventually fight.
They're going to be friends and maybe they'll fight.
Yeah.
But like I said, we got to get to that Best of the Super Juniors. They should literally try to do a shot-by-shot, like, recreation of that Best of the Super Juniors match.
I would love that. That'd be fun.
And then we could just put up a picture of the late Leon White watching, disapproving.
Just so angry. Oh.
So, in the Casino Gauntlet match, which we did learn it was the first pinfall, right?
Yep.
So it was just basically turned to a battle royal, and then first person to get a pinfall wins. So we got Christian coming out for double duty in this match. Then because kill switch, right?
Yeah.
Walked out on the Patriarchy earlier in the night because Christian cussed him out after they lost the trios titles in the ladder match. He said, screw this. I'm going to hang out with Matt Cardona. Oh, no. He was just in a Jurassic Park Jeep.
Nice.
But, so, Christian comes out, and then another surprise entrant, Luchasaurus. So you thought all the Lucha Brothers were going to WWE, not their dinosaur brother.
That's right.
Luchasaurus, not Kill Switch, came out, and then he just helped Christian win. Typical.
I know.
It's all a ruse from Christian. He worked everyone again.
I love Christian. He's one of my all-time favorites. And I actually love him in AEW, but man, I was disappointed that he won this.
You thought he was going to come out and wrestle twice and outwork everyone? No, he just worked everyone.
Very nice.
So, and then like we talked about already, the TNT Championship match, Jack Perry retained the title, locked Darby Allin, who looked like he was covered in Coca-Cola. And then we got the return of Sting! Sting came out, scared off Jungle Boy.
Man, not even Sting could stay retired.
Pulled Darby out of the coffin.
He's the only man who could do it.
We should have just had, after the coffin match, they should have just had Darby Allin's hand come out of a patch of dirt, like with his bone tattoos. But just like, and then Excalibur could be like, he's alive! Darby Allin's alive!
Epic.
That'd be
Really
good.
missed the boat on that.
Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
He's alive! Darby Allin is alive! He's alive, god damn it! Darby Allin is alive! Did that for like 5 minutes before I hit the button. No, this is the real sound effect that was playing during that match.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, time to go home. Darby, Jack. Guys, got 90 seconds left. It's like we just started.
End it, end it, end it.
End it, end it. Yeah, Sting came out. That's cool to see Sting, make an appearance for the crowd.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So then we had a toss-up for me on possible match of the night. The AEW American Championship. Will Ospreay versus MJF. This match was great. It was a little slow going in the beginning. I remember I said, how could they top an hour-long, 59-minute, 59-second match? They kind of just had a half an hour match. And
That's right.
and it was like a, half hour of power. Right?
I like it. Smart.
The second half of this match was awesome, I thought, for sure. I mean, they built this thing up great. Like I said, it's hard to follow an hour-long match, but at the end, Will Ospreay has so many moves, and each of these moves, it's like the hidden blade. Oh, and let's talk about his gear for a sec. That Assassin's Creed gear is some of the best wrestling gear I've ever seen on Will Ospreay coming out to this match.
It is. Absolutely.
The tie-in was awesome. I love Assassin's Creed. I'm an Assassin's Creed mark. And obviously it's been a part of Will Ospreay's career. The Hidden Blade is named from Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
The Tiger Driver, bet you didn't know that. That's also from Assassin's Creed.
Wow.
Yeah, the Tiger Driver 91. It was when Ezio Auditore de Firenze first picked up somebody on the streets of Italy and slammed him on their head.
It's a good way to get somebody off your back.
It's not a good way to be an assassin. No. So that is how Will Ospreay won the match, though. The Tiger Driver. Right on MJF's fucking head, too.
Yeah, look, it was. Oh,
I was curious, because they're always teasing the Tiger Driver, so they're going to do it. Are they going to do it a little too safe? A little too dangerous? We don't want to see somebody get hurt. What are they going to do? We're just going to do a picture-perfect, 100% dead-on balls Tiger Driver. 91.
Yeah.
Right on MJF's fucking head.
I got to tell you right now.
Not on his head, on, his neck. Basically.
On his neck, and then his legs just dropped. Oh, God. I would never, ever take that. I'm sorry, Kawada. I'm sorry, Misawa. I ain't doing that shit. I can't believe MJF did that.
Well, it's not a move. I don't condone it. Because it's the biggest risk anybody probably took all night.
Yeah.
Was that move. And there was, a lot of big spots in this one. But
I mean, that's why MJF is better than me. I understand. But, whoa.
And you know it.
That's right. Oof.
So, Will Ospreay finally pulled out that Tiger Driver. No Dynamite Diamond Ring. That, someone nicked it over in London. The Dynamite Diamond Ring. And then we got an appearance here, another surprise appearance in this match before, obviously, Will Ospreay won. The returning from just randomly also mysteriously disappearing like the Dynamite Diamond Ring. Daniel Garcia coming back.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Costing MJF the match, basically. No Dynamite Diamond Ring for him to stop MJF from using, but
Still.
he's from Buffalo. He probably stole it.
Yeah, those damn Buffaloans.
Fucking, he stole it.
Upstate New York.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Thieves. No, maybe somebody, it went missing, so they had to like kind of write it out of the story. So that wasn't it didn't come into play in the match. But like I said, Daniel Garcia came out and setting up MJF Garcia, which is awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome.
So we had the TBS Championship, Britt Baker versus Mercedes Moné. Mercedes retaining in this one. This match did not light the world on fire for me.
No.
It's pretty mid.
Some people saying that Britt Baker was sandbagging Mercedes.
But they're friends, I'm pretty sure. So I don't think she would do that.
I don't think so either. I think there's a lot of Britt Baker hate going around. Maybe it's justified, but let's take it easy, guys.
I mean, maybe
you can have a dud once in a while, okay?
I mean, she also had that dud against Taya.
That's okay, true.
And Mercedes had a excellent match against Stephanie Vacker at Forbidden Door.
Yeah, so
I mean, this is like a one of the few Mercedes matches that actually wasn't excellent.
Yeah.
I'm
not blaming anyone, but I'm not blaming Mercedes, okay?
Another women's match on the card. This was a great match. Timeless Toni Storm, folks. What a performance in general. Timeless Toni Storm throughout all this against Mariah May, who defeated Toni Storm and became the AEW Women's Champion.
Lovely. It was so good. What a culmination of one of the greatest stories.
Yeah.
AEW has ever told, even wrestling. A great story.
Yes. Definitely one of the best stories AEW has ever told, if not the best. And I like Toni Storm at the end. She was so distraught. She because they gave her flowers at the end. She's still out there. And it's like, yes, you deserve 5 minutes of an ovation here as you're leaving, And then they showed a video of her, she wandered out into the street.
Yeah, it was great.
She was so distraught and out of it that she just wandered the streets of London.
She said that she walked to Australia. Have you seen those things today? She's in Australia now. She said she walked there.
So we'll see where they go with Mariah May from here. I know she was teasing a R-rated Celebration. That might get the AEW fans too excited, too worked up.
Yeah, take it easy. All right. You know what, though? Hey, Max, let's go.
And, folks, the main event of the evening, it all came down to this. The final countdown, title versus career for the AEW World Championship. Swerve Strickland being accompanied by Prince Nana and Bun B and West Side Gun. One of my favorite entrances.
I was like, how excited were you? I know.
Just seeing Bun B by himself. I was like, once I saw Bun B, I was like, oh, West Side Gun is there. For sure. And it's a good song. The Big Pressure remix, Trill Mix. So Bryan comes out to the final countdown. They only played it the one time. Obviously, Matt Jackson told us during the Anarchy in the Arena that they cost him $400,000 to play it or something.
Yeah, can I do that?
So Bryan comes out. His family was ringside. Bree Danielson, Birdie Danielson, and forgive me, I don't remember the name of Bryan's crazy son who was in the ring afterward.
Yeah.
Trying to wrestle everybody.
Who, speaking of Tiger drivers, he almost got one from his dad.
Yeah. So Bryan beats Swerve. This was a great match as well. Not just the ending. It was a great match.
Lived up to the hype, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Swerve taps to the yes lock.
And Swerve looked great still. He didn't really lose anything. So that was the most important thing to me.
Yeah, Swerve is awesome. His gear is awesome. His entrances are awesome. His move set is awesome. I like how Swerve tries to win with different moves. Just like, Ospreay does as well, where it's like he's making all of his moves kind of like it could be a finisher. You just do the other 4 first, then it's like whatever move he does, it's fine.
That's the best. Yeah, that's when someone can do that and make you like believe in all those moves. That's a great wrestler.
Yeah. And so Bryan wins. We get this great moment. They were going off the air though, so there was no overrun on the PPV here.
Yeah.
Bryan's family gets in the ring. They're celebrating. That's it. The show's over. Excalibur is like, okay, folks, we're gonna get out of here, and it's like, oh, well, I guess that's that.
Thanks for that celebration for a man who did not retire.
This is what Excalibur hears in his head, 24/7.
Saved his career.
He'll be like in the drive-thru, and he'll be like, "I'm gonna need a venti iced coffee with an iPad." Oh, shoot.
he just drives away.
Yeah, he's just like, and we're off the air. I'm sorry. So overall, I thought it was a very good show. AEW bringing All In to the United States next year. Next summer.
I know.
Are they going to Dulles?
Yeah, I think it's yes.
All In Dulles?
Yes. Which would be nice. I mean, I'm sure. I feel like they'll get a nice, huge crowd. It's in America now. Maybe all the fans will flock there. I'm sure there'll be some great stuff on it. Looking forward to it.
Hopefully we'll see Kevin again.
Oh, definitely. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Maybe Carrie will be there.
Oh, I'm sure Carrie will be there, yeah. All right, folks, let's move on. Let's talk about Bash in Berlin. Beautiful Berlin, Germany hosted WWE Bash in Berlin this past Saturday. Another daytime event from WWE. Another international PLE with only 5 matches, but 20 Jake from State Farm commercials.
I think it's so smart to go to these overseas places because the crowds are hot and they love it, and I'm sure they make a ton of money, and it's really fun to have like daytime wrestling. But it's like really giving me like 90-minute in your houses for $9.99, where I'm like, I know nothing significant is going to happen on these shows. It's kind of wearing on me.
But it's not 90 minutes. It's still 4 hours. It's just all commercials.
Yes. Yes, plus that.
It's not just Brett and Hakushi going at it.
Great match, though. But I know. It's just... They're nice. I like. You're right, though. I think that's maybe what it is. I like a nice compact show, but these aren't compact shows. They just don't have a lot of matches.
Yeah, and then you
watching.
You look at the card and you realize, oh, there's no women's singles championship being defended on this card.
Yeah.
And it's like Cody's in another title match that doesn't seem like it's that important. And I thought that the mixed tag match was good, but
yeah,
I think this was obviously a show centered around Gunther, in my opinion.
Which is good, and I'm glad, and he should have that. I think it's great, but he definitely wasn't going to lose. Sorry. Cody's not ever going to lose. Cody's not losing. Like, there's no shot Cody's losing until The Rock comes back. Whenever that is. That could be in 2029. All right? No Cody program's going to matter until The Rock comes back.
Cody's next title defense is going to be against Bob Backlund.
Wait, now we're talking. Hold on.
And they're gonna try to make it seem like just another nice guy. Cody's got a face.
That's right. That's it.
And Bob Backlund's going to be like, listen, man, I will chicken wing you if I have to.
Like when Kevin Owens turns on Cody, it's going to be awesome because Kevin Owens is awesome and it'll be a great match, but not one person in the entire world thinks Kevin Owens is going to win.
Yeah, that was the story of this match was, will Kevin Owens finally turn on his friend Cody? And the answer was no. Okay. Seems like the answer was not yet.
Yeah. So there's one thing that Triple H loves doing. He loves stretching out story, which is better than quickly ending it, but a little long in the tooth, Hunter.
Yeah. Well, everything is a slow burn in WWE now. And this whole show to me was like, what's going to happen next? It had no bloodline. And obviously they were at the funeral of Afa, right? So rest in peace, Afa and Sika. But, Cody's defending. If this was the first title match for Cody that was like this, it'd be fine. Like a pit stop, where it's not the most serious feud. But that's been his whole title run so far. AJ Styles, Kevin Owens. Who else has he faced?
I guess Solo, yeah. I thought it had a little more juice to it. Guess that's okay.
The match was good. Cody and Kevin Owens, the match was good.
Oh, the matches, yeah. I mean, and Cody puts on good matches. He knows what to do, and they are good matches. It's just sometimes I want to care a little more.
Plus, I was also thinking, how could Kevin Owens turn heel if he's going to lose? Like, what do? Do you low blow Cody, but then you lose? So what does it matter, right?
Great point.
So they just didn't. He kind of just looked at Cody like, put his arm. Pissed off Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens has this pissed off character where it's like, man, I don't even want to be around this guy. He looks so pissed. He looks annoyed.
Yeah.
Guy looks like he doesn't even want to talk to me. A male Karen. That's his current character.
Oh.
So we did get a title change though in Berlin because Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair defeated. What is this group? What are their names? The Unholy Union?
Yes, Unholy Union, yep.
Yeah. So the belts are back on Jade and Bianca, who, like every tag team, it will devolve into a feud.
Yes, there's only one tag team story in the history of wrestling, and it's we used to be a tag team, and now we're feuding.
Yeah. This match was actually good. The strap match, Punk versus Drew McIntyre.
Yes, of course it was.
Luckily, the crowd was chanting CM Punk. So no contracts were breached. That's actually what WWE gets paid in rights fees when they go to these places. We talk about these rights fees that they get paid. It's the crowd is legally required to chant CM Punk for 30 seconds.
Oh, thank God then. That would have been very embarrassing.
Because otherwise, the crowd is... Oh, I'm not even going to go there. So this match all revolved around a Taylor Swift bracelet. Punk referred to himself as the Taylor Swift for men, which I don't agree with that.
Weird, yeah.
Taylor Swift. I mean, how many... do you realize, for one, Taylor Swift is kind of a work rate musician here, buddy, more than you are in wrestling right now. Have you ever seen Taylor Swift on stage? Do you ever see those backstage videos, what she has to do in a show?
She's taking bumps every night. Come on, man.
I mean, it's like Dragon Gate over here at a Taylor Swift concert.
That's right. This is like AJPW, okay? 1995. All right.
Yeah. So Taylor Swift of men. I don't know. But the bracelet. So who did Punk have the bracelet coming in, or did Drew actually had it, possession of it in the beginning of the match? Oh yeah, because Punk actually took it off of him, right?
Yeah, Drew had, so yeah, yep.
And then Punk won it back, right, for his family, Larry and AJ. Who there's very few people over in WWE more right now than AJ Lee, I think.
It's incredible, yeah.
Larry's up there too, but he's been over for a while.
This is I like the feud because McIntyre is very good at hating Punk, and Punk is very good at being sympathetic. But also, this strikes me as like Punk is like, oh yeah, people are definitely gonna care about this bracelet. Hell yeah, and I kind of do, but it's not as over as he thinks it is.
Yeah, they made people care about it for sure. It's just that, and they got a lot out of it, considering it's a freaking friendship bracelet.
That's true.
They had, Drew McIntyre is drawing the ire of CM Punk. Excuse me. With the bracelet, Punk is getting mad at him. He's defiling his family. He gets the bracelet back like it's this big victory. Does it for his family. You're done torturing my family. On the one hand, you got Swerve breaks into your house.
I know.
puts a T-shirt in your baby's crib, strings you up on a chain in the corner post. On the other hand, you have Drew McIntyre, who makes fun of you on the internet and takes your bracelet.
Well, you put it that way.
But Punk won. There was some whipping in this match.
Yeah.
You know.
I do like the escalation of this feud, though. It actually makes sense, you know? You can really feel like they hate each other. They had that singles match. Now it's strap match, and I'm assuming we're going to get a Hell in a Cell after Bad Blood, right? And Punk's getting press slammed into it like Shawn Michaels. Absolutely.
Yeah, they're just going to run back the first ever Hell in a Cell match like that? Like Undertaker and Shawn Michaels?
Oh, yeah. And Punk's going to wear like red heartbreak tights. He would never do that to Bret Hart. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's so weird that Punk is such a Bret Hart enthusiast. And remember a couple years ago at AEW, he was sitting there crying, saying Bret Hart was right. Bret Hart was right about everything. And now he's like best buds and chummy with Shawn Michaels, who's running NXT.
So weird, yeah.
He's going to the tryouts, like, hey, you got a nice group here.
He's going to be on the CW debut.
Yeah. Hey, Heartbreak.
Oh, God. But still.
So that's a good point. I don't think we'll see any Shawn Michaels tights from CM Punk.
But that'll be a good match. I do like the feud. It's just... And there was some good... Like you said, there was some good hits. There was some good... what would JR say? I don't know. There was some good woodshed events.
Yeah, they were getting whipped like government mules.
There it is.
In this one.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, but I didn't like the four corners light posts thing. It was kind of stupid. But
yeah, they had to try. The four corners is always hard to do, and the rules are so stupid.
So you said that you think that the blow off match is going to be a Hell in a Cell match. I think it's going to be a Judy Bagwell wearing this bracelet on a pole match.
Oh, that is where the logic is going. You're right.
Now we can't actually do that because subsequently after the bracelet has been destroyed.
Touche.
On Raw.
Somewhere Vince Russo was very upset.
And then we saw the thing that I hate the most in wrestling. Tiny things going in people's mouths. Those beads. Drew McIntyre shoves the beads into Punk's mouth. Ugh.
It's pretty badass.
Terrible. I hate it.
I think that guy needs a hoodie. That would complete his look.
That's Drew McIntyre in a hoodie. Let's keep talking about Bash in Berlin, though.
Yeah.
So we had this mixed tag match. This was fun. Liv and Dom versus the Terror Twins, which I think this is... Damian Priest is... I don't know. Rhea Ripley is like they were both the world champion, but I feel like Rhea was kind of like the top dog in the Judgment Day.
Yeah, I agree.
And even on this tag team, I feel like she is as well.
Yeah. Good team. I love it. This match was actually something that was a good addition, something that I look forward to. I mean, every match was good, but this one was like, all right, it's a little storyline stuff coming on. Let's go.
Yeah. Rhea Ripley is super fun to watch. So was Damian Priest. We had Rhea Ripley stacking up Liv Morgan for the pin here inappropriately. And then I think this is where where's my pen? I don't know when we do this match, but we need a Rhea versus Dom match.
Oh, yeah.
Just a match. They can do it. Not a gimmick match, not a mixed tag match, not a... Nothing. Just a match. An intergender match.
It will work. Dom will not get anything. When he loses, he'll be fine. He'll just come back the next day and be the same guy.
Well, I'm saying he's the guy to go in there with someone like Rhea Ripley and have offense and obviously, like you said, lose.
Yep.
And it's fine. You don't want someone like... it's like, think about it. Like Damian Priest kicks Rhea Ripley in the face. It's like, people aren't going to... Like Randy, when was the last time Randy Orton attacked a woman? Was it Stephanie? Or no, probably. It was it Rhea? Or no, it was Nia Jax. Didn't he give an RKO to Nia Jax? I think he did.
In the Rumble, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, so they don't do that in WWE, but good booking says Rhea versus Dom.
That has WrestleMania all over it.
No, because that's where Rey Mysterio beats Dom.
Oh, yeah, right. Royal Rumble.
Then we had the main event of this short card, this short 4-hour long event, 5-match. Randy Orton challenging Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Ludwig Kaiser coming out here to do Gunther's intro.
Great.
This was a hard-hitting match. Gunther, shocker.
It was kind of a match where I was like, I didn't think about how much I wanted it, and then I was like, yeah, I did want this. This is great.
Randy Orton is so big now. I think he's bigger than Gunther.
Juiced, yeah.
He's like layers of himself. He's like completely bricked up.
Listen, when you have a shoulder injury, you have to take certain medicine, help you heal, kind of just pounds on some muscle. It's not his fault.
He hears voices in his head, and they're telling him, eat more calories and work out.
Get the rigs.
Well, see, I was saying just all natural. Just eat a lot of rice. Do some sit-ups and some crunches.
2 a.m. workouts for a few hours.
Yeah, get one of those, the thing that Edge and Christian made, the plank machine.
Yeah, there you go. He definitely has that.
I'm sure that's all it is.
Nothing more. What was I thinking?
Someone at his age increasing their body mass so much. Oh, it's
very
nothing.
Natural.
Yeah.
It happens to everyone.
Totally normal. But yeah, he is super jacked.
But he still go move around the ring though, so give him credit for that.
Yeah, and with the neck surgery too, he's moving around good.
Which is incredible, yeah.
Gunther was trying to hurt that neck.
Hey,
ruthless.
That's what happens.
So
ring general.
I'm sure Gunther probably took a couple of years off Randy Orton's career in this match. Those power bombs.
Oh yeah, God.
But yes, Gunther retains, and this match made me think, in this new wide open world that we're in of wrestling right now, where we have WWE under new ownership, there's new ideas. I think I've got a new idea of my own. A few new ideas. I think we need to see world title reigns for Randy Orton and John Cena. Because I think they both should, for one, they should both face Gunther again. Orton's going back to SmackDown, but still. Bring John Cena in against Gunther. Bring John Cena in against Randy Orton. Like, Randy Orton in this match, to me, it made me think, like, of all these older guys, he's actually the best. You know?
I know.
And, like, he's had almost career-ending injury just recently. He's had so many surgeries. Such a long career already. And how many times have we thought Randy Orton is, like, way past his, like, prime?
Oh, God. I thought that when he won the Royal Rumble. Like in 2017.
Yeah, like, we thought that, like, at different stages. And now here he is. Bricked up. Having these matches with Gunther. Main events. Put the belt on him. That's my new idea. Put the world title on Randy Orton.
Wow.
They actually are coming out with a 3-pack of action figures. It's the Evolution thumbs up, thumbs down moment where they have Triple H in a suit and Randy Orton is in his gear and Batista's in his gear and Randy's on Batista's shoulders and Triple H does the 2 thumbs up. And then the next pose is like Triple H giving Batista, and there's a face of Randy when he's like going backwards. And he's like, oh.
That's pretty cool.
So you can do the pose of Batista slamming Randy Orton.
Hell yeah.
And you can also be sure to like this podcast. Folks, be sure to hit that like button. All right, we're still going.
Good work.
So yeah, I'm starting to figure out the secret of the sauce here, though, with these international premium live events. Okay, not a lot of matches, not a lot of stakes. You know, not a lot at stake.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, just pack it with Jake from State Farm.
And you get it to work. I mean, yeah.
and then you move on to the next town.
It's a good way to make a ton of money, to be honest. And the people like they deserve it. Overseas has been neglected for so long. Big shows, at least.
Yeah, like the crowds are great, and the crowd for this show was loud too. But it's kind of getting old too. Like, okay, the Puerto Rican crowd, amazing. The Bad Bunny match, amazing. All this stuff. A lot of these countries, it's like, yeah, they're international crowds. They don't get a lot of events. They go crazy. They're super energetic and electric. But don't have a lame show in front of a crazy electric crowd like that. Like,
good point.
You can't, like, it was still kind of a boring show. And the crowd, it ends up becoming just like background noise. We're like, oh, okay, the crowd's cheering and singing this and that and whatever they're doing, their country's soccer song or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's kind of become its own thing where it's like, oh, what country's going to be next to be the crazy crowd? And it's like, well, you got to kind of give them something, or give me something watching at home. I only care so much about this crowd. Like, yeah, it's part of the show, but it's not the whole show.
Yeah, there's no Bulldog beating Brett, okay? For the Intercontinental title.
Right, exactly. In London, England.
His hometown.
His hometown was Manchester.
I know, but he said that once. Come on.
So, that wasn't the only WWE event this weekend, because we also had NXT No Mercy. Now, I'm not going to lie, I liked N64 No Mercy better than this show. Now, this was a good show.
That's a high bar.
This first match, I wasn't so into it. The tag team match, right? That was the first match, wasn't it? Axiom.
Oh, you don't like it? Wow.
The ending was good. I like Andre Chase from Chase University. But they won. Or, what are they called? Frazier Axiom?
I don't think they have a name.
I think that's what they're called. They're called like Frazier... Niles and Frazier.
Yes, that's it. Correct.
The show Frazier. Fraser? Brendan Fraser? Is he on the team? Is that who's under the mask? Just crickets, folks. Son of a bitch.
It's all right. It's all right. I was just
anyways, Andre Chase. Chase University. Ridge Holland apparently was part of Chase University, and then they won the belts, and then he turned on them, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And then they did a stretcher spot with Andre Chase. Good old Ridge Holland. Ha-ha. Putting people on stretchers. Ha-ha. Ridge Holland. Ha-ha. So funny when that happens.
Yeah. Great.
Isn't that such a funny thing? When Ridge Holland puts someone on a stretcher. Ha-ha.
So great.
Let's keep doing it. Yeah, so this Andre Chase, I don't know if he's my new favorite wrestler, but he's pretty good.
It thrills me that you are watching NXT and liking these people. I really enjoy it.
So, Ridge Holland, though, I'm not super into Ridge Holland.
Well, you don't have to like everyone, but
I have to either like everyone or shut my TV off. If I don't like it's like, when you eat food, every single bite has to taste exactly the same. Or otherwise, it's terrible.
Yes, that's how we all eat, yeah.
There can be no variety. Nothing. It has to be uniformity all the time. And that's how I like my wrestling shows to be. So if I don't like someone, then I get pissed.
You just turned off the show. You don't even know any more matches on the show now.
Yeah, I don't care if my favorite guy is coming out next. I don't like Ridge Holland, so I'm turning this off. Okay. Wait, so Frazier and Axiom won is what I meant to say. Right? And Ridge Holland turned on Andre Chase.
Yeah, did that? Wait, because I'm confusing the NXT show that just happened too.
Yeah.
Yes. Hold on. Let's make sure we confirm. Yes, correct. Yes. Axiom and Frazier won. Then Ridge Holland turned. Stretcher spot. Let's move on. Not us, just them.
So then we had the Rascals Wes Lee and Zachary Wentz. Was that his name in TNA before he came to NXT? Was it Zachary Wentz?
No, he had a different name, and I don't remember what it was, but it wasn't that.
No, but I know he was called Nash Carter in NXT.
Oh, yeah, Zachary Wentz was his name in TNA before, yeah.
It was, and then he became, because that's what Vic Joseph said, and he's like, Wesley hit him so hard that he thought his name was Nash Carter. Did you get that on the show?
Joseph's good, man. That's funny.
Yeah. So this is what TNA is getting out of this deal. Zach Wentz getting a win over Wesley. You know, I got the slight hint here that, wait, so is Wesley the heel in this?
Yeah, he
I couldn't tell.
Him, yeah.
I was rooting for Wesley. I couldn't tell.
I know.
I don't care. I thought I was like, why is everyone so against Wesley? And why are they cheering for Zachary Wentz? I didn't get it.
Yeah. He turned on the Rascals, all right?
Yeah, I know.
How dare you?
And Trey Miguel was there, wasn't he?
He was there, yeah.
So Zach Wentz got the win. Trey Miguel came out. It was good.
He got to wear the X Division title on NXT.
Yes, because that was the thing that happened. He won the X Division title at Emergence, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, so he got to bring out the X Division title.
And yeah, you see the X Division title, you think, I'm going to watch TNA from now on.
I am.
Right? Exactly.
I'm going to watch old episodes of TNA.
AJ Styles was the X Division champion before, guys. Let's just watch that.
Chris Sabin, Sanjay. Was Sanjay ever the champion? Sanjay Dutt?
I believe he was.
Yeah.
Amazing Red, your favorite wrestler of all time.
I just tweeted at Amazing Red today, actually. Did you see that?
No, I have not.
It's about his tape collection.
Hell yeah.
I told him I wanted copies of the Best of Hayabusa collection and Red versus Slim J. He showed his tape collection, and it was all like Japanese wrestling and Amazing Red tapes. So I was like, can I get a copy of that Hayabusa collection and then Red versus Slim J? Thanks.
That'd be amazing. Hey, you never know, man.
It's like, I'll copy all those tapes for you, by the way.
I know, right? Jeez.
But anyways, that Ultimate X match. There's no early TNA days. Ultimate X.
No.
This was a fun one. Kaylani Jordan and Wendy Chu. Tatum Paxley finally getting some revenge.
Absolutely.
If you're following.
It's great.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't. So with NXT, they have like. What do you think is the most talented women's roster right now? Is it NXT? Or is it just Raw, like Raw and SmackDown? I guess would be like, I would count them together.
Oh man, probably Raw and SmackDown, but like NXT might be my favorite.
Yeah, it's tough because right now, here's who's not on Raw or SmackDown: Charlotte, Becky, a lot of other people too. You know, so I think NXT might be where it's at right now. But then, how long does that stay? How long does this NXT women's roster stay the way it is? Or how long do they kind of just keep feeding it up to Raw and SmackDown, right?
Yeah, it's not for very much longer, I don't think.
It's like Kaylani Jordan, I think, going to be in NXT a little longer, right?
Yep.
But moving up the card. Oh, well, actually, let's get to Obafemi first. Obafemi, folks. This is the monster in wrestling right now. Obafemi. Who's a bigger monster right now in wrestling than Obafemi? You got Bronson Reed taking people out with tsunamis. Thumbs up. Be sure to like. Did you see what I tweeted about that Bronson Reed tsunami on the car? I said that car is totaled because it was in a tsunami.
I'm ashamed to say that when I first read that, I didn't know what you're talking about. But I got it.
Yeah, so you got Bronson Reed. There's no Brock Lesnar. There's no Undertaker. There's no Kane. I haven't seen Omos. He's MIA. Obafemi is the monster, the biggest monster right now, the scariest monster in wrestling, the monster to beat.
I actually kind of want to see Obafemi and Braun Strowman, and I want to see Obafemi just beat the shit out of him.
I believe that is the purpose of Braun Strowman's paycheck right now is teeing him up to be food for Obafemi.
We can only hope.
No, I mean, he's got a long way to go, Obafemi, but still, I think he's cool. And we'll see. I think he's probably just going to be the next guy to go like on an undefeated run.
I'm all for that. Let's do it. Sounds great to me.
I don't want to get into the family business.
No, we don't talk about that.
So Roxanne Perez and Jada Parker, this was a good match too.
Jada Parker's another one who is going to stay in NXT for a little longer, but she's also good. Like, she's improved so much, and she's definitely on her way to being a superstar.
Speaking of the Amazing Red, did you see this Pop Rocks outside the ring?
I mean, of course. I was thinking too, like, Amazing Red would definitely do that. That's right out of the playbook. That's right out of the TNA X Division playbook.
Yeah, I mean, the X Division title was there. Why not just put it on Roxanne after that?
I know, right?
So, yeah, I like this match. Roxanne retained another Pop Rocks to win the match. And then after the finish, we get the debut of Julia in WWE. Officially, Julia has arrived. She's done with Marigold.
Yep. No hand injury, right? All healed up.
Rossi Ogawa. We're all done. So Julia is here. She hasn't wrestled, right? In WWE.
No, she hasn't.
Stephanie Vacker has at that house show in Mexico.
Yes.
But not Julia. But Julia is on NXT, and she comes out and she faces off with Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez holds up the belt. This is where we're going, right here. Julia, Roxanne, probably on the CW, right?
It is. Yes, it is from last. Yeah, she came out last night and said, "You, me, CW." So,
You, me, CM Punk.
Yeah, I know he'll be there too. Julia has such aura to her. She has big star. You can tell it's great. I want like a 45-minute. I know it won't be that much. I want like a 45-minute match.
Well, again, this is one of the things I've been saying. They're not training these people's styles out of them now, like strong style, when they come to WWE. So, like Shinsuke Nakamura, if he showed up today, it would be a little bit different. Like he had that one match with Sammy in the beginning, but after that, he's not been really the same.
Yeah.
Julia, another one, very hard hitting. We'll see if that keeps up. I think it will, at least for a while. So I think she could have 45 minutes if they wanted.
I will tell you though, she did a knee strike to Chelsea Green, and it was a little pulled back. It was a little pulled back. I'll be honest with you.
Well, maybe she doesn't want to hurt all of her new coworkers.
Smart person,
right away.
Thank you, Julia, for being smart.
No, I don't know, but yeah, it's going to be a good match. She's awesome for sure. And Roxanne, I think, is the best.
Absolutely. So yeah, I'm looking forward. And Julia will probably win. But you know what? If she doesn't, and then they have a rematch, I'm good with that too.
I'm good with Roxanne going to SmackDown.
That too, absolutely, yeah.
That's what I think. But we'll see. But yeah, Roxanne Perez retains. Now she's going to be facing Julia. Just don't know if CM Punk is going to be the special referee or not.
God, don't say that because he might be.
CM Punk, say his name and he appears. No, he doesn't appear unless you say his name. Is that the same thing?
Right.
But
no.
Speaking of people who appear when you say their name, we had the NXT Championship match. Joe Hendry challenging the NXT champion Ethan Page with Trick Williams as the referee. So,
I mean, could be definitely three of the top a lot of people are great, but like, I mean, these guys have really gotten so over with everyone. I think Ethan Page has done so good since he's been here. He's so good at getting heat. He's such a good heel. I love him. And Trick was just a guy who came out, like, was really just a big guy who couldn't do anything. And now he's great.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I mean, Joe Hendry, we all believe in him. So
Joe Hendry is so prestigious.
It's incredible.
So Joe Hendry is so talented. Like these videos that I watch of him, of just making his own music videos, like he made the Bohemian Rhapsody video of himself, and he's all four heads, the whole thing,
yeah.
and he's like doing different things in all four of the heads, and he's doing Bohemian Rhapsody, but it's his own version, and he's like, at one point he's better than Fandango. Like he's just got all these original songs. He made a song about AJ Francis being banned from doing any dives.
Oh, he's amazing.
I love the fucking that Ethan put on some clothes. He's like, Ethan sucks. Believe in Joe. Ethan put on some clothes. And it just shows Ethan Page, like for some reason, working out, wearing like Super Mario World, Super Nintendo World, Bowser hats from a theme park. Ethan put on some clothes. But yeah, this was a good match. I like the Ego's edge onto the outside or onto the ring apron.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, brutal. Ooh.
So then, of course, the heel, All Ego, forcing the referee, Trick Williams, to call the 1, 2, 3. Count the 1, 2, 3 after a low blow. And then
That's great, yeah.
So Ethan Page retains the NXT championship. Back to the bingo halls for you, Joe Hendry. So this was a good match. And then Pete Dunne coming out. I mean, I know we're going to get Pete Dunne versus Trick Williams, but I want to see Pete Dunne versus Ethan Page.
So I think we're heading that way. It's Trick versus Pete Dunne next week. Winner gets Ethan Page at CW. So
you would think that would be Trick Williams, though.
Maybe it'll be a triple threat. Maybe some shenanigans will happen. I know. I do want to see Pete Dunne versus Ethan Page too. You're right.
Yeah, so we're talking about NXT on the podcast now, folks. I do have a grudge, though. Everyone that was on that debut episode of NXT 2.0, except for Carmelo and Trick, I think I hate. All those people, right. When they switched over, and they basically like it was a heady time. They like Vince McMahon was like out of power, but then back in power, and the company like took power away from Triple H and like took over the reins of NXT and called it NXT 2.0. More like NXT 2.0. Thank you.
I mean, you don't hate Braun Breaker.
No, okay, so Braun, he was on there too. So obviously the prospects that were on there, but this revamping, watching fucking Grayson Waller beat Johnny Gargano. And that wasn't on the first episode, but that was one of those feuds to try to get Grayson Waller over, was at the expense of Johnny Gargano. I will not be having that.
Hell no. Yeah.
No. I will forever hate Grayson Waller because of that. Because he was part of that crew of NXT 2.0 people.
You know who I haven't seen on NXT in a while? And one of your favorites, Von Wagner. He was there too.
Von Wagner? He's gone.
He's gone.
He's fired. We don't have to talk about him. He was there.
Yep. Gone.
I mean, good luck to him. I hope it's not his fault.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think we also saw, I just have to tell you, another one. I mean, Kyle O'Reilly was still around back then before he left. Who did he lose to? Oh my God, I have to find out now. I just read it. It was incredible. I'm like, oh my God. Kyle O'Reilly took the L to who? Oh yeah. Yep. To Von Wagner in a 4-way. He took the L. Yeah. Unbelievable.
So NXT, we're back, but we do not forget the dark days And unfortunately, people like, there's still some people in NXT that are like, that can go right in the bin, I think. But, I
know I need to know, though, how do you actually feel about Tony D'Angelo?
Okay, listen. It's fine. I'm fine with Tony D'Angelo.
Okay.
And Channing Lorenzo. They're fine. They get a pass.
It's a stupid gimmick. It's fun for NXT. And I think they get a pass, too. I like them, too.
I don't like the gimmick. I don't like...
It's weird. Yeah.
But...
Good to know.
What else we got? Josh Briggs. Brooks Jensen.
Yeah, get out of here. I'm so happy I figured out the Grayson Waller hatred, where it came from you. This makes me happy.
Yeah. It's where it stems from. NXT
also,
2.0. I was so mad that episode. I stopped watching NXT after that. I was like, I can't do this anymore.
I'm also sure that he did a great Ric Flair impression on the Young Rock show, right? Grayson Waller. So that's why that wasn't the reason why you hate him.
Grayson Waller was Ric Flair on Young Rock?
I believe he was, yeah.
I didn't know that. And I watched that show.
Yeah.
Weird.
I'm sure it was horrible.
It's forgettable, clearly. Just like everything else Grayson Waller does.
Got him.
Sorry. I feel obligated. Anybody else we didn't get to in NXT?
I forgot all about them because I legitimately also stopped watching it. It made me so sad.
All right, but we're back in the NXT universe because, they got Julia now. I don't know if Stephanie Vacker's going to go to NXT. I don't know how many of these TNA guys are going to be sticking around. Joe Hendry. If Joe Hendry's on NXT, I'm watching NXT.
And I also love Joe Coffey, and he always loses, and he never gets to put on a good match. But I think he's a great, great, great wrestler. So he's there too.
Yeah, Joe Coffey's he's a big dude.
I just remember that him and Walter had a match on NXT UK that was like 42 minutes, and it was so good.
Oh, it's just speaking of NXT UK, we didn't talk about the grizzled young vets popping up in AEW.
Oh, that's true.
So they did.
Oh, that's another NXT 2.0 casualty.
Exactly.
If it never went to 2.0, they wouldn't have been stupid with your other favorite wrestler, Joe Gacy, and they never would have left.
Yeah, so they are the reason why Joe Gacy thinks he's a pig boy. Because they left him, they abandoned him. Didn't they even tie him up?
Yeah, I think they did. Maybe that's important. You're right. Maybe they are important.
So they were really the catalyst to Joe Gacy being a lost soul and being influenced by Uncle Howdy.
Being a pig boy.
Thinking he was H Pig Boy. All right, so what else do we got to talk about here? We got to talk about this Odyssey Jones business for a sec before we get out of here, right? Odyssey Jones, we were talking about Odyssey Jones. He popped up on Raw. He picked up both of the Authors of Pain. I was impressed. I'll admit it. But apparently, Odyssey Jones, not amongst the WWE roster members any longer, right? Odyssey Jones was removed from WWE TV when domestic violence allegations came to light. Fightful has learned. They have not heard of any arrests or charges being pressed. So that's that.
Yep. So, like I said, I know I'm not a toxic wrestling fan because some wrestling fans would be mad that a storyline is getting interrupted, but I don't care about that. I like the story, but I don't care. Sorry, man. Some people don't deserve to be where they are if they're like that.
Yeah, I'm only bringing it up because I didn't want him to disappear off our show as quick as he disappeared off WWE.
Yeah, we'll explain it before we stop talking about him.
Before we drop the angle.
Yeah.
I think it's getting to be that time, Wrestling Fan Kris. Thank you for sticking with us to the end of the show, folks. We appreciate you here as always. Stick around for the post show. Hit us up on Patreon, patreon.com/watchwrestling. Choose a tier that fits. Help support the podcast. And we will be bringing you guys a post show where we are discussing AEW and WWE's upcoming TV deals. Raw is going to Netflix. SmackDown is going to USA. NXT is going to the CW. AEW is... Tony Khan is wearing a Max hat on conference calls. So we're going to talk about all that on the Patreon exclusive post show. And, yeah. I think I'm on the wrong page. I'm on the wrong Diamond Dallas page. All right, Chris. I think it's time to wrap this show up. I think I'm going to go rent a Jurassic Park Jeep.
Oh yeah.
For the next episode. Heard you can probably rent one for like 15 grand. Come out dressed as a dinosaur.
The Velociraptor, obviously.
I would be a Lucha Raptor. All right. Thanks again, folks. Be sure to subscribe. Find us on social media. What does this button do?
I'm not the biggest fan of sports entertainment, but that was pretty entertaining.
Watch Wrestling with Mike Wellman.
Still selling fake doors. We have fake doors like you wouldn't believe. What are you worried about? Come get fake doors. Call us up and order some fake doors today. Don't even hesitate. Don't even worry. And don't even give it a second thought.